Computer. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us or catching the replay. We are here tonight to interview two brand new coaches and to see what their biggest fears and misconceptions about the coaching opportunity was in the beginning. I'm going to share a little bit about my story. Kira's going to share some of her story. Then we'll go into the interview part. Then Kira's going to touch on puke goals. And I'm going to share how you can get started. And we're going to try to keep it short and sweet for you guys tonight. So my name is Rachel. I am a wife, a mom of 3 amazing kids. I work full-time for the government. I teach fitness classes, and I run a health and fitness business since February of 2017. So my life is busy, more days than not. And this coaching business has changed my life and my family's life in so many ways. It has helped my kids have a mom that they deserve to have. And it's given us the financial freedom to be able to travel and take the kids places and not have to tell them that we can't afford to do something or we can't afford to buy something. It has given us that opportunity to enjoy life the way it was meant to be. And I couldn't imagine my life without this business.
Awesome. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Kira. I am 27 years old. I work full-time as a massage therapist, not right now obviously, but we are getting back to a little bit of normalcy in our lives. I have been coaching for just under a year. My year will be in July, which is crazy. I can't believe that the time has gone so quickly. So I got started in this business. I had been working out at the gym and just wasn't seeing results, super discouraged, really upset with what was happening in my life, and just didn't feel healthy at all. So I took the jump and kind of went into this coaching business really quickly, and here we are today. So this business has changed a lot for me as well, like Rachel was saying. So there's kind of 3 main things that I noticed that coaching has changed for me. So the first one is I am now surrounded by so many ladies, men, all of the above, who all have similar goals that I do or different goals, but just the support has been unbelievable. And I know that if I'm struggling, I can reach out to any one of those people and I will have that support. The second one, I am looking at notes because I'm a note taker, but the second one is I've seen some crazy physical results. So like lots of body changes. I feel unbelievably strong. Like I've never felt so strong in my entire life. And then the third one is my mental health. So I am no longer having like really high anxiety days or just like feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. Like that has really minimized, which is phenomenal. And then there's so many more, but like those are the 3 main ones that I noticed like basically right away within like the first month of my programs. So that's me in a nutshell. So we're going to go into the interview portion now. So let's start with the first question. And Jolene, I'm going to ask you the question first, if that's okay. So what brought you to coaching?
It's tough. I thought about this a bit, and it was more because it's something I believe in, because I was getting results, because I seen that Rachel had like a lot of people and support, and like she always talked about her tribe, and I've always been an introvert that didn't really go looking for friends. I liked my little circle and that was it. So I started thinking like I liked that, and then she would talk about vacations with her children. So I'm a mom of 3, 2 that are in university and college, and then I have a daughter with 3 children. So I have 3 grandchildren. And in my past life as a chef, I raised my kids paycheck to paycheck, but I worked 12-hour days. So I didn't get to see them a lot, but I also didn't have the money to do something with them. So my goal is now coming into this is even that little extra to take those grandbabies places and to help my daughter have the experiences to take her children places, and having that little bit of extra when my kids in college need something, like just the financial security a little bit, and also the fact that Beachbody's what I love. Like, I love that my mental health is better. It's easy to get people on board when you're so passionate about it yourself. So I figured if I was doing it every day and posting every day, why not be benefiting myself at the same time as helping others?
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Jillian. Danielle, I'm going to ask you the same question. What brought you to coaching?
Well, I've been brought to coaching a few different times. But what initially brought me to coaching, which keeps me back, is the community. And just how it's not, I often find myself getting bored doing just regular, like get up, go to the gym, go work out, watch these people work out. Sorry. And the online portion of it really is what drew me to it. Of course, this happens right now. Because you have all the selection too. You're not gonna, get bored. I'm easily bored, so I like that there's a lot of selection and variety in what you can do. And there's not just like one person you can reach out to for support. There's a plethora of all these amazing people that you learn from and you grow from. So that's what brought me to it.
That's awesome. And that, with your child in the background there, Danielle, that goes to show you that you can run this business from anywhere and anybody. Like I said, I have 3 kids myself, and most of the time I'm sitting with them and they're sitting beside me and I'm working my business. So you're showing them and being a good role model to them by taking care of yourself every single day and making your health a priority. Yeah. So that's, my kids are in most of my videos. And
that's another reason why I am here, because I had the Y membership. I had the Y membership with the kid that I could drop off at the daycare, but it just didn't work. I felt guilty for taking that time for myself, and I could never just go to the gym and come home within an hour and like get the amount of stuff done in a day that I do while working out at home. Like you have to consider the drive to a gym and then the time you spend there waiting for machines and not even really getting that great of a workout and not really feeling fulfilled or like you're getting anywhere at the end, because half the time too, you're just circling the gym thinking, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? So, yeah, and being home with him doesn't make me feel guilty at all. So that was a big, big determining factor.
Exactly. And I know for myself, I'm the same way. I don't want to waste that extra time away from my kids because they're so little and they only stay little for so long. And every minute you can spend with them is that much better. All right, we're going to go on to question 2. And I'm going to start with Jolene first as well. What was your biggest fear before you committed to coaching?
So I care a lot about what my family thinks. So my biggest fear was that first post. I could post that I was working out, and Rachel, you and I have had this talk. I always, when I post things that are really great about myself, I see no reaction from my family. But I do when it's about my grandbabies, my pets, everything else. Doesn't matter if it's my other job, like anything. When it's about me, my weight loss, anything, I never see anything. And they don't have to, but now I realize they don't have to. Like it really, for some reason, hurt. And now, so to take the leap to be like, oh, I'm actually doing this to better myself financially as well, I thought that I'd be let down and it would really bother me. So that was my biggest fear. And also that I don't know that many people. So I was like, I can't get started. I don't know how to get started. I didn't know that everybody was going to help me and, give us the tips and stuff, the tools you need. And that's what I've been using. But I think definitely my family not being on board. Now I'm 100% okay with it. They have their own lives and they have their way of thinking, and I respect them for that. And I don't need, I don't need that.
Absolutely. And Danielle, what was your biggest fear this time before coaching? Because I've known you've tried it in the past as well.
Well, this time before coaching, that was my biggest fear, is that I had coached before twice already, and I wasn't, I don't want to say not successful, but I didn't have the drive for it. And I don't know, this time around, it was just the fear of like people being like, oh, again, you know? And, but I mean, everyone quickly saw it's a lot different. But going back to that first post, I didn't want people to think that like it was a joke. But now I just don't care what people think, because it doesn't matter. And I mean, posting is so good for accountability anyways. Like, I can say I worked out 5 times, but did I actually? You know, and now like I can say that because I literally, you saw me those 5 days. And I don't care if you look at it now and say, like, what's she doing? There's, in my mind, I don't care if there's judgment, because I'm bettering myself, and all of these people support me who like don't even really know me. So why am I going to care about the people who, why? I just threw the fear out the window, basically.
I love that. I love that you just threw the fear out the window, and the community behind like this team is phenomenal. Like, that's one thing I always touch on, is just the community that we all have and that we've all created. All right, Danielle, I'm going to start with you this time, just work backwards. What was the toughest part of being a coach so far?
Yeah, I'd say the toughest part about being a coach so far is kind of what I encountered this past week, with people signing up under me and then pulling shoot and saying, oh, I chose a different coach. And it like kind of hits your ego. But you know what? We all have a tribe, and we just have to find that tribe. And you know, if people want to sign up under me and then decide that I'm not for them, then that's okay. So I've just had to kind of look at it like, well, they weren't my tribe, so they'll go find theirs, and I already have mine, so I'm one up.
Yeah, it can be tough. Jolene, the same question for you. What's the toughest part of being a coach so far?
It's still the posts. Not like how often or anything like that, just what to say. Like, for some reason, before I signed up to be a coach, I think that I might have been a little bit more inspiring, because it was 100% natural, just coming from my heart in a way, where now I'm feeling like not obligated, but that people might expect a little bit more. So it's more in my head. It's more me just saying, like, this is who I am. You read it, you don't read it, you like it, you don't. But at the end of the day, once in a while, it's still in there, like, did I do enough? Which isn't a bad thing to me. Like, I'm an overachiever, and I want to do the best. I want, when I'm 60, to be like, I did everything I wanted to do the way I wanted to do it. So it's not a bad thing that I'm putting that on myself. It's just finding the balance so that I'm happy with it. But it's definitely just finding the right posts that make me happy at the end of the day.
For sure. I understand completely about that. And social media has changed so much from even when I first started coaching, like back in February of 2017, we used to have to post 5 and 6 and 7 times a day. And it had to be strategic at certain times of the day to match up with the algorithm and that sort of thing. And now with the way social media is, you're okay if you post once a day. So it doesn't take that much time or effort or anything like that from the rest of your life. So I'm very thankful social media changed the way that it did. So our last question, and I'm going to start with Jolene this time. What's the most positive thing that coaching has done for your life so far?
Two things really. One is my mental health. So seeing that I inspire people 100% makes me feel good and feel like I have purpose. Second is seeing my daughter sign up and seeing she feels happy and that I can coach her and be there with her. She's got a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old, and she works it with both of those babies 5 days a week. So if she can do it, I can absolutely coach and inspire other people to get on board and feel better about themselves. So it's a real satisfying thing to see your daughter commit to this lifestyle and to just feel good about herself. In turn, really helps my mental health and feel good about me.
Absolutely. And I love that she's doing it with you. Danielle, same question for you. What's the most positive thing that coaching has done for your life so far?
I want to get like sappy, but literally, like this specific time coaching has changed everything almost. And it's not like strategic, but when COVID happened, I was like, I need to do this because this is the time. Like, we can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. How am I gonna work out and still socialize? Like, we look at what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, we're a community that maybe we've not physically met in person, but I feel like I could meet you tomorrow, Rachel, and I would not be meeting a stranger. So being part of a community where like you're all like-minded, you all empower people and inspire people together, not only inspiring new people to join, like Rachel, you inspire me, I inspire whoever else on our team. It's not even just these new people that we're inspiring. It's people who have been doing it for a while, who maybe feel a little bit stuck, or something that I'm doing is going to, set off a light bulb. And I don't know, I feel like the fire burns inside because of that. Because you're not just inspiring people that are watching you from outside of the community. You're literally inspiring your friends who are already part of your community. And I don't know, I've also always felt like I needed to be a motivational speaker. So this is kind of like, but I never really knew how to like go about doing that. What avenue would I take to be a motivational speaker? And I've not even told many people that, so that's weird that I just said that. Anyway, so now, but now it's like taking on that role where you are that motivational speaker without even knowing it.
I love that. So what you just said about wanting to be a motivational speaker and always having that drive to want to do that, but not knowing how to, and that you don't know how that just came out of your mouth, goes really well into puke goals. And that's what I'm going to talk about next. So puke goals are basically goals that make you want to throw up. They're goals that you can't tell your mom, your dad, your spouse, your best friend. They are goals that you keep right inside and don't say out loud. In our tribe and within our entire group, we like to break down those barriers and we like to share those puke goals. So we have team calls every Wednesday night and we have team meetings and stuff like that. And we always talk about, okay, what's everyone's puke goals for the month? And it doesn't sound pretty. It's not always great. And they're scary as heck. But like, it's something that you are just so passionate about and something that you want to achieve so, so, so badly. So if we just put it out into the world, guess what? We can make that come back to us. By you saying, I want to be a motivational speaker. I'm going to use Danielle's example. Okay, say that every day. Because if you say that every day and you put that out into the world and into the universe, guess what? It's going to come back to you. I've proven it. Rachel's proven it. We hit super big goals last month. And it's all because every day we said, I'm going to be a diamond coach, or I'm going to have kids, or whatever your goal is that you want in life, just say it out loud into the universe. Write it down every day. Tell someone about it. If you have big fitness goals, share those goals, because once they're out of your mouth, they are out there and you can't take those goals back. And not goals, those words back. And it'll come. It takes work. It's not just you putting out into the world, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. There's steps that you have to take along the way as well. But the minute you say that big, scary, make you want to throw up your entire meal goal, it'll happen. So I always love hearing people's puke goals. We like to share them all the time, and they'll happen. They will come. That's all I have to say.
And we share our goals with each other almost all the time. Kira and I share ours, like, we just barely finished talking about what our puke goals were for the end of this year. And after I wrote mine to her, I said underneath it, that makes me want to throw up a little just writing that. If your goals don't make you want to throw up, they are not big enough. If you're saying them to yourself and they don't scare you in a little bit, which is okay, they're not big enough. We can achieve anything that you want in life, but unless you are willing to say them out loud and write them down every single day, they're not going to become goal reality for you. They're just going to be something that you're thinking about in your head every single day. Every single morning, I write out my 10 goals. Every single one of them scares the crap out of me. Because if I think about them and that they're going to come true at some point in time, which they are, that's what scares the crap out of me. So I'm going to finish it off with talking about how the heck you can actually get started into coaching. So there are a few different options that you have. You can sign up and pay just our coach fee, which is $39 US or $50 Canadian. But that just gets you your sign up fee. So it doesn't actually get you any of the tools to help you get started on your own physical journey. So one of the other options that you have is to get started with a challenge pack, and they are all on sale this month. So they do, and as of the recording of this call was May 31st. So they are set to run out at midnight tonight, but that's okay. So with our basic challenge pack, you get that $39 US fee and that $50 Canadian fee waived completely. You get 12 months access to our Netflix of fitness, as we call it. So there's just a little over 1,000 workouts on there, including a yoga studio, a cooking show, there's a kids section, there's pre and postnatal, there's something for absolutely every person, regardless of your fitness level on there. You also get a 30-day supply of our delicious superfood meal replacement shake, which I make into mug cake or brownie batter or cookie dough or oats or any of those fun things, or a 30-day supply of our pre and post workout, which we call liquid energy. Most of us use it every single morning and have a fun dance party to go along with it. And you get the program materials, you get the meal plan, you get access to our private accountability group, you get access to a coaching group, which we share tools and everything with you to get you started on your own journey. You also get a training section on how the basic steps of being a coach and how to run your business successfully from day one. And you're never left alone. You are in a coach pod. Most of us run our own coach pods that we have our own coaches in to give you your support and motivation and encouragement and to let you know that you're never alone. And you can get all of that right now on sale this month for, it's $140 US at $162 Canadian, which is unbelievable steal of a deal. And then that coach fee is completely 100% waived. So I know if you were to go out and start a business from the ground up, an actual brick and mortar business, you are looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to start a business. And you can invest in yourself on your own journey and get started with your business for such a low price. So it's absolutely amazing. And we don't have to keep any inventory. We don't have to ship things to people. We don't have to worry about returns. We don't have to worry about meeting somebody in the Walmart parking lot to give them their product. That's all taken care of. We don't worry about any of that stuff. We worry about making our lives better by doing our own health and fitness journey and sharing that and inspiring other people along the way. Do you ladies have anything else to add before we close out? All right. Thank you so much, everybody that joined us live, and anybody that's watching the recording, and can't wait to see you guys in our team page.